It's a long way to the top. If you want to rock and roll, you want to rock and roll? Riding on the highway, going to a show. Stopping on the byway, playing rock and roll. Getting round, getting stoned, getting beat up, getting a bone, getting high, getting shook. I'll show you folks, it's harder than it looks. It's a long way to the top if you wanna rock and roll. It's a long way to the top if you wanna rock and roll. If you really see the new one night stands, try playing a rock and roll band. It's a long way to the top if you wanna rock and roll.
Good evening, folks. I'm your host, Caden Reif, and welcome back to another installment of the 2007 season of the NASCAR Coca-Cola Cup Series. We're here from Pocono. It's race number 21 of 36 for the Frank's Red Hot 500, as we, without any further ado, are going to quickly get you down to the racetrack for your starting lineup in tonight's race. As starting on pole today is going to be Tony Stewart, last week's winner, taking some momentum into this week. He starts in first. And his outside is going to be last week's pole sitter, Jeff Gordon, in the 24, starts second here today. Brad Keselowski going to be in P number 3, and fourth place, that'll be Kyle Busch in the 43 car. Fifth is going to be Juan Pablo Montoya, joined by his teammate Elliott Sadler in row 3. Seventh is DJ Kennington. Casey Atwood will start this race in 8th. Ninth place is going to be Casey Kane, and Greg Biffle round out the top 10. 11th, that'll be Ryan Newman. And Dale Earnhardt Jr. in the 12th position with his teammate in row number 6. Jason Leffler is going to be in 13th place in the 00, and Ricky Hendrick in the 14th position. J.J. Ailey, P15, and Kurt Busch going to be in 16th. 17th, that'll be Scott Wimmer, and Andrew Ranger in the 54 car made his Cup Series debut last week. He'll be in the 18th spot. 19th is going to be John Andretti, and Casey Mears in 20th. 21st goes to Eric Norris. Scott Riggs will start 22nd place. David Rudiman will be P23, and Marcos Ambrose in the 24th position. TJ Bell will be 25th, Robbie Gordon in the 26th spot. Clint Boyer, P27, and Kevin Harvick in 28th. 29th, that'll be Carl Edwards in the 19 car, Martin Truex Jr. in 30th, Ron Hornaday Jr. in the 1, P31, and Jimmy Johnson 32nd place. Matt Kenseth will be P33, and Jeff Burton 34th, Todd Bodine in the 35th place car, and Jamie McMurray in 36th. 37th will be Boris Said. He's in the 06 car this week. 38th is going to be Bobby Labonte, a rough qualifying for that 18 team. AJ Allmendinger starts 39th. Brian Vickers will be in 40th. And rounding out the field in back row will be Jeffrey Bodine's number 7 and Morgan Shepherd in the 89 for your 42 car field here tonight. 60 laps, as always, the race length at Pocono. It's a 42 car field, as mentioned. And we'll take you to the racetrack for the most famous words in motorsports. It's the command here from Pocono.
Drivers, to your car.
Tell you what, that might be a bit wrong. Give you just a moment here.
Drivers, start your engines!
If you could roar us to life as we get set to go here from Pocono. Race number 21 of 36 in the 2007 season. As mentioned, Tony Stewart in the 42 car. Winner last week out at Watkins Glen, snapped a near year-and-a-half long winless streak to grab his first trophy of the 2007 season, and he is right off to the races starting on pole here today. Take a look at your championship standings coming into this week as Stewart in the 42 car, and I'll tell you what, gonna have to make a quick little maneuver here. That is also the wrong window there, Jesus. Anyway, as we get set to roll here, of course, get a look at your championship standings coming into this week. As the 42 of Stewart sits second in the standings coming into this race to DJ Kennington's number 81 team. It's a 76-point gap between the top two in the championship hunt. And Jimmy Johnson leapfrogged Kevin Harvick after his issues at Watkins Glen to take the third spot in the championship. He's 340 points out, though. So it's mostly between this 42 car and the 81 in the championship hunt as this season continues. And we're starting to get to crunch time as we approach the final third of the season. You get to the point where you can start thinking about that championship. Tony Stewart this year looking for his third Cup Series championship, and what would be his first with Chip Ganassi and, of course, DJ Kennington in the 81 team. First full season in the Cup Series, looking to make it a first time ever that a rookie would win the Coca-Cola Cup Series championship. Stewart and Jeff Gordon on the front row as we head towards turn number 3 here to get started. In the Frank's Red Hot 500. Pocono, always a fun racetrack. You're going to see a lot of racing, a lot of aggressive driving, a lot of bump and runs. Guys really like to get the elbows out here. It is a fun watch every time we come to this racetrack. Pace car going to peel off on the left here. 60 laps tonight here from the Coca-Cola Cup Series. Pace car is in, leaders towards the box, and the green flag is out, and we are racing here from Pocono. It's the Frank's Red Hot 500. Through turn 3 for the first time at speed here today is Tony Stewart, off to a great start from the pole. Going to lead the opening lap as the rookie Brad Keselowski pulls into second place right behind him. Down the front stretch as everybody's starting to single file out just a little bit. It's Stewart, Keselowski, Montoya, and then DJ Kennington. 3 rookies all lined up behind the 42 car. As we head out of turn 1, Keselowski's still right on the back bumper of that 42, racing towards turn number 2 this time. Top 2 broken away from everybody else just a little bit. Great corner by Stewart to pull away just a little bit there. Jeff Gordon and Casey Kane fight for 5th as they head towards turn 3. He clears the 12. Everybody else getting settled in. Out of turn 3, Montoya making a run at Keselowski for 2nd. BK and the 2 going to have the draft. We always talk about how important the draft is at this racetrack. It's such a big racetrack and such a fast racetrack. And Keselowski on the outside following the 42. Stewart able to stay in front of Montoya for the runner-up spot. Montoya gave him a look for the second position again out of turn 1. Couldn't stay there. Kennington and Gordon dueled for P4. No move by the 24 car to be able to get past Kennington for that spot. And here comes Keselowski underneath of Tony Stewart for the race lead. And he's got that pass made in just one corner. The 2 of Keselowski up and into the lead. And he's going to lead his first lap of the race. Been a while since we've seen this 2 of Keselowski leading laps under green flag conditions. And he is off to a great start here today. We've talked about how Keselowski had a bit of a rough start to the Cup Series campaign this year. Really kind of all over the place in terms of where he was finishing for the first about 10 or so races, 12 maybe, of the year. But after that portion, Keselowski has been one of the best in the Cup Series in the middle section of this season. This two team has really put it all together, been what we expected Keselowski to be with that Penske duo, and of course has been a fantastic run for him in that 12 of Kane over the middle portion of the year. It's really been the summer of Penske. This team has ran so well in the middle portion of the year. Pontiac has really figured out how to run their brand new race car in the Gen 5, and it's really worked out for them. Had a lot of speed over the course of the year, and for this two car of Keselowski, really shown race-winning speed for the first couple times. Over the course of this year, and he is having a fantastic run here today. Keselowski in the lead. Kennington trying to find second place ahead of Stewart, the 42. This is the two championship leaders side by side for the runner-up spot down the backstretch as they head towards turn number 2. With Montoya in the fray in the 84 as well. And he's going to try to take it 3 wide on Kennington out of turn 2. Look at this move from Juan Pablo Montoya down on the bottom. And it is a stack up at the front of the field behind Keselowski as everybody's starting to filter up double file. Jeff Gordon almost took it 3 wide for the runner-up spot out of turn 3. Cost Montoya some pace. And issues for the 10 car of J.J. Yaley, who is retired from the race, and he actually had damage. I believe this might result in a caution flag here, and it will, as he was smoking. So yellow comes out for an incident involving J.J. Yaley, first caution of the day. As we race back towards the yellow flag here on lap number 6. Incident took place on lap 4, taking lap 5. Keselowski trying to hold everybody off. Jeff Gordon, a big send up the inside of Kennington, and Tony Stewart follows him. So the 24 takes away second place, but it'll be Keselowski leading the field back to the yellow flag, and the incident involving that 10 of J.J. Yaley as we are under caution conditions for the first time tonight, and Yaley was inside the top 10. Excuse me, as we get a look at the replay of this incident. Oh, got some help from Elliott Sadler, and that was a hard hit for the 83 car as well. And yeah, looked like Yaley was kind of throwing some blocks there on the front stretch. And you see this coming out of turn 3 where he was maybe blocking that 83 of Sadler just a little bit. And Sadler, I guess, just had enough of that and sent him straight into the outside wall. And that is a really hard hit for Yaley. Kept it rolling, him and the 83 car. And I don't think Yaley really appreciated getting ran into, as Sadler also got blocked again out of turn 1 by Yaley despite the damage. So big incident there, and the caution flag comes out. See some tempers here early at Pocono. We see that at this racetrack sometimes. Seeming like Yaley and Elliott Sadler not taking too kindly to each other. But we are under caution for the first time here today, as coming down out of turn 3, Brad Keselowski gonna lead the field down pit road on lap number 7. And everybody gonna bring it down pit road here. And here comes the field. Going to see exactly what the move is in terms of what these guys want to do on their pit stops. Is it going to be 2 tires? Is it going to be 4? And looking like the answer is going to be 4 tires for pretty much everybody here. A little bit of contact in some places coming into pit lane. It is a tight pit road here at Pocono. But 4 tires and fuel on for Keselowski, and he is away. And the 2 car retains the race lead. So we'll take an intermission here from Pocono. Brad Keselowski, the 2 machine, leading this race early. Caution involving Sadler and J.J. Yaley. We'll be right back. It's NASCAR on ESPN. Back from intermission here at Pocono as we get set to go green. So Brad Keselowski's two-team leading the race here, as DJ Kennington will restart in the second position, Tony Stewart in third, Ricky Hendrick a nice run early here. He sits in fourth in front of his teammate Jeff Gordon, who sits in P number 5. The 10 laps completed on the restart, start of lap number 11 as we take the green flag. Pace car going to peel in on the left here out of turn 3. Keselowski towards the restart box, and the green flag is back in the air as we race towards turn 1 right away. Jeff Gordon going to be the first to jump out of line. You saw Montoya taking it bottom of 3 wide on the 21 of John Andretti there as we head towards turn number 1 and into turn 1. Great restart by that 84 car. And out of turn 1 up to speed now. Kennington right out of the gate looking to the inside of the 2 of Keselowski to try and take the lead. We saw how much these two dueled in the Busch Series last year. Taking that fight to the Cup Series here at Pocono, side by side, out of turn 2. Stewart trying to make it a 3-horse race. Keselowski trying to stay clear on the outside lane. And he pulls it off. Great defense by that 2 of Keselowski. Little bit of draft help from Stewart, trying to keep Kennington out of the lead. Down the front stretch and up to speed now as we race towards turn 1 again. Keselowski with a bit of a gap. Kennington didn't have a great exit in turn 3 there. All the way down on the bottom trying to get underneath of him. Couldn't make it stick. Down the long pond as Keselowski pulling a little bit further ahead. Top 6 now. Breaking away as Andretti sits behind the top 5, right behind Montoya, who again had that great restart there. And is maybe taking a look and moving forward, but instead Jeff Gordon's going to jump underneath as Stewart's number 42. Into turn 3. Side by side for the 3rd spot. Kennington again took a look at Keselowski for the lead. Still nothing doing for first. And Gordon going to slot in front of Montoya's number 84. And that was an aggressive look by Ricky Hendrick. We've seen some heroics from that 5 car at this track before. Almost took it 3 wide into turn 1, but thought better of it early on in the going here as we head down the back stretch again. And the 21 of Andretti looking aggressive to try and grab the top 5. Meanwhile, Kennington finally found his way underneath of Keselowski again, trying to stick it into 3 this time. He is going to make the move happen, so DJ Kennington moves right back into the lead. Out of turn number 3 and down the front stretch. Stewart trying to take a look at Keselowski for the 2nd spot, kind of trapped on the bottom here now. And Andretti's number 21 is going to duck low on the 24th, Gordon. And he gets past the 24 car, maybe even 2, though still side by side with Keselowski down the long pond. Stewart moves into P2, chasing the championship leader for this top spot. Jeff Gordon getting aggressive with Andretti back there. Seeing some new faces start to rear their heads up in the top 5 and 10 as Keselowski is going to retake the 2nd spot from Tony Stewart. Down the front stretch they go. 2 back into the runner-up spot. Jeff Gordon taking a look on Stewart for 3rd. Couldn't stay underneath him. Tony, a great crossover move on Keselowski. Brad tried to cover him off. Had to swerve out of the way to make sure he didn't make contact with the 42. Stewart trying to hang tight into the overtaking opportunity of turn 2, and he is going to get there, still side by side with Keselowski. Battle for the runner-up position continues behind the 81 of Kennington, who is loving this in his mirror. Stewart back to 2nd. Back into the field, still clean at the moment. 15 laps completed here from Pocono as we continue to race on. Again, Top two in the standings have once again come out of the gate firing. Kennington and Stewart looking like two of the best 3 or 4 cars of the race early in the running here. A lot of time to make adjustments. Pocono is one of the tracks that you would love to be able to dial in your car. Guys like to make adjustments over the course of the race at this track. Kennington pulling away from Stewart as Montoya is going to make another challenge for the second spot. Again, this race for second really staying hot while Kennington is just racking up laps led right now. Montoya just barely not able to complete that move on Stewart, and Tony pulls into the toe on the front stretch. But Montoya hanging tight, 3 wide behind as Jeff Gordon goes up the inside of Keselowski and Robbie Gordon. But the 31 clears the both of them on the outside. Going side by side with Montoya for third into turn 2. Not an advantageous spot to be on the outside in turn 2, but making a challenge. But Montoya sticks with it, and he gets up in front of Robbie Gordon for the third position. So Stewart again clear in second place, trying to find a way to close up to Kennington, who is starting to turn into the dominant car right now. As this race for second place has continued on for the last almost 10 laps at this point. Robbie Gordon, a big move under Jeff Gordon for fourth. And he takes that spot away. Montoya, again, going to try to get underneath of Stewart here for second. Into turn 2, that's the place you want to do it. And he makes a beautiful move. And we gained a lot of time on DJ Kennington doing it. Didn't even have to slow up for Stewart leaving the corner. Cleared him before they even got off the turn. So Montoya into second place. Having a strong run right now. Kennington, Stewart, and the 2 of Keselowski, the only 3 cars to have led laps so far today in the first third of this race. Montoya maybe trying to change that. Couple of rookies, first and second. And it's the true rookie chasing the first full season rookie as Montoya, as we've mentioned a couple times this year, hadn't made a single cup start before this season. Has looked like a veteran of the series since he got up here, trying to find a way up to the back bumper of the 81. Robbie Gordon sits fourth behind Stewart in third, trying to make a move for that spot. And Montoya giving a look to Kennington here, down low out of turn 3. Couldn't quite make the move stick, a little bit of a late lunge. So he stays with it. Robbie Gordon couldn't complete the pass on Stewart. Newman took a look for the fourth position. Going to play it patient with that 31 machine. It looked like Montoya might have gotten a little bit loose coming out of turn 1. Got to hold off this 42. And he will do so. Newman and Jeff Gordon side by side for the 5th position. Montoya trying to block the 42 going into turn 3. What a move by Montoya. Stays in front of the 42 of Tony Stewart, and he rifles past the 81 of Kennington. It's a new leader. Juan Pablo Montoya takes away first. As the 2 title leaders sit side by side for second. Newman trying to take it 3 wide for the runner-up spot into turn 1. Kennington clears them both on the top. And Newman gets past Stewart for the 3rd position. And Newman making a charge here on the bottom in turn 2. Trying to find a way underneath of Montoya for the lead, and he gets there. Here comes the 38. Ryan Newman trying to take away the lead. Does he clear out of turn 3? He does. New leader Ryan Newman. Montoya trying to find a way to block Kennington and Stewart down the front stretch. Looking to try and retake the lead. Robbie Gordon looking at the inside of 3 wide. Couldn't stay there. So Montoya quickly reclaims first. Side by side for second, Stewart and Newman. It's the battle of the sports outlets as Stewart and Newman, the Cabela's and Bass Pro Shops cars, both side by side. And 43 of Kyle Busch comes in to make a pit stop, and he had some damage on the front of his race car from the looks of things. See if we can get a look here. Yes, he did. So, find out exactly when it was that Kyle Busch got this damage. Appears to have been lap number 19. There was actually contact further up the road. Looks like it was Biffle and Harvick that traded a little bit of paint, just a little love tap, but it appears that Kyle Busch got some damage here from some sort of incident. Appears it was in turn 3. Ooh, he got some help from Matt Kenseth in the 17 into the wall, and now, meanwhile, after checking out the replay, everybody's going to start making their pit stops. So Ryan Newman, number 38, stays out another lap. But Montoya just led a big pack of leaders down pit road here. I believe Kennington and Tony Stewart short pitted. Yes, they did, and Kennington got a great stop out in front of the 42 of Stewart. Meanwhile, Montoya, the race leader, in pit lane here. Montoya out of his pit box. 4 tires and fuel for the field. So back up to speed. Montoya rejoins the racetrack. DJ Kennington right on his tail on the warmer tires, and he's going to go right past the 84, back into the race lead. DJ Kennington with the shortcut on strategy. Stewart as well, trying to get around that 84. Newman and Jeff Burton, 2 drivers who stayed out the longest, rejoining the racetrack off of pit road. Newman a couple of positions behind the leaders. Stewart gets second place from Montoya. Great stop by Kevin Harvick, who moves up into net P4. Matt Kenseth as well will be in the 5th position. DJ Kennington and Tony Stewart first and second in the championship standings. See Casey Mears having another good run at this racetrack. Had a good run at this place earlier in the year, and once again finds himself in the top 10, battling with the 38 of Newman for the 7th position, looking like he's going to grab that spot. So Mears, the rookie, another great run, finds himself in the top 10. It's been a good season for this 55. We mentioned it over and over again. It was a season of lows last year for the 55 Hendrick team. And Mears in that 55 car has put together a fantastic season when that team really needed stability. Currently not on contract next year, but as of right now, Mears having a great run right now in the 7th position, proving why he deserves to be in this Cup Series. And it has been a great, great season for him in that 55, sitting in the 7th position. Battle for second right now, Juan Pablo Montoya trying to find a way back past that 42. Unable to do so yet is Harvick, thinking about taking it 3 wide. Instead, going to have to settle for 2 wide for 3rd as he sticks with it with Montoya. And he's going to get that 3rd position. Nice run by Harvick here. Needed this run after a really rough outing at Watkins Glen, where he was competitive all race long, but found himself in the pit wall thanks to some help from Marcos Ambrose is number 13 and ended up being an early end to his race. Finds himself in the top 5, a winner at this racetrack last year. So Harvick having himself another good run. Montoya again underneath the Stewart for the second spot in turn 3. Trying to make it stick. Robbie Gordon looking to make it a 6-horse race up front. Montoya unable to make that pass for the second spot just yet. Again, turn 3. You got to get clear if you're going to make that move, and he just wasn't able to do it. And once again, Stewart with the tow from Kennington able to stay in front. And Stewart with a great run out of turn 2. Tried to take it to the inside of Kennington, but man, great braking by Kennington there to stay in front. So the 81 holds the lead out of turn 3. And Stewart lost a lot of time to the 81 machine. Is going to be able to hold on to second place, at least for the moment. Worth mentioning, every driver in this top 6 is Montoya getting aggressive with Stewart in turn 1 to retake P2. The only driver in this top group yet to win a cup race this year is that 17 of Matt Kenseth. Every other driver up here has a win this season. And as a matter of fact, every single one of them is in the top 10 in points, aside from the 17 of Kenseth, who is 15th in the championship standings. So it's a race of top heaviness here at Pocono. Kenseth, though, looking competitive here, once again having himself another great run this season. Side by side with Stewart here for the 3rd position, looking like he's not going to be able to make that pass, gets stuck on the bottom. And Robbie Gordon is going to try to get aggressive, and he takes it up the inside. 3 wide goes Robbie Gordon, and can he clear the 17? Just able to do so. Montoya, meanwhile, chasing Kennington for the lead as these guys are at each other's throats for the 3rd position, and Kenseth takes it right back. Montoya going after Kennington here. Coming up on halfway in this race. Laps to go here from Pocono as DJ Kennington leads Juan Pablo Montoya. Matt Kenseth in 3rd, Stewart 4th, Robbie Gordon 5th, Kevin Harvick 6th is your top group for the race lead. Newman sits in 7th, Jeff Gordon is 8th, Casey Mears 9th, and John Andretti rounds out the top 10 at the present moment. Kenseth finding some strength here. Not able to get underneath of Montoya just yet for the 2nd spot, but gave him a little bit of a look, showing his nose, showing his presence. Down the Long Pond straightaway as Kennington and Montoya. A little bit of a buffer to 3rd place Kenseth again. These two really looking strong here at the moment. These two cars are probably the class of the field at this point. That was the best turn 2 Montoya's had since he got into 2nd place following DJ Kennington. But again, that 81 just so good under braking so far today. And once more is able to outdrive Montoya into turn 3 and hold on to the lead. Robbie Gordon is taken away 4th. Stewart trying to challenge him back for that 4th position. Montoya and Kennington again run away from everybody else. Another fantastic turn 2 by Montoya. Just so good at that end of the racetrack. Carries so much speed in there. Going to try to get underneath, and this time, not to be outdone under braking, Juan Pablo Montoya drives on past DJ Kennington, and the 84 has commandingly retaken the lead. Side by side for third. Matt Kenseth and Tony Stewart behind the race leaders. Stewart retakes that position. And again, first and second in the standings find themselves position to position, second and third. This time Montoya in the lead in front of them. That 84 just has something else underneath him here today. Already a winner this season at Talladega earlier in the year, and with Elliott Sadler having some struggles today with the damage and now down in 38th, really just kind of showing him up. Having a fantastic run here tonight. Been a contender with Kennington all race long. Contending with him for most laps led. And tell you what, even at a draft track like Pocono, he's running away from that 81 car in the lead right now. What a run by Juan Pablo Montoya here tonight. Coming around this time, 25 laps to go is the count here in the Frank's Red Hot 500. It's NASCAR on ESPN. We like it better with engine noise. We'll take you to NASCAR Crank It Up. Be right back here in the commentary booth as you get to listen to some race cars. There's a sprint visor cam on board Juan Pablo Montoya, the net race leader at the moment, as we saw pit cycles take place under the course of that run, as Matt Kenseth in the 17 gets away the best on the cold tires, trying to take away what should be the race lead from Montoya. And he's going to do exactly that. Jeff Burton and the 31 of Robbie Gordon, the two Richard Childress cars that have been on that longer pit strategy here today, leaving pit road and losing a lot of time thanks to the undercut. Harvick as well kind of lost a lot of time on that pit cycle, drops out of the group for the lead. But you see it's now a 4-horse race at the moment involving Tony Stewart, DJ Kennington, Juan Pablo Montoya, and now Matt Kenseth in the 17, who's already a part of this front pack last run through, has taken away the lead from Montoya. And approaching just 20 to go a couple times from now. Looking to make a run at this win. As this race continues on, Keselowski in the 2 car was also another member of the late pitters on that cycle, but significantly worse off. Further down the order is the 2. As it was a good race for him, but seeming like it's turned rough as he looks like he is well outside the top 15. Kenseth in the lead, 4 cars in a line up front. Kennington and Montoya dueling for the 2nd spot. Behind Matt Kenseth into turn 2. Is Kennington going to try to carry this run up to the back of Kenseth? Does go to his inside towards turn 3. Question is, does he stay there? He's been so good under braking today, but being a little conservative, just trying to focus on that 84. And Kennington back into the 2nd position. Trying to take a look at Kenseth out of turn 3, but knows that's not going to work. As with 20 to go, it's Matt Kenseth in the race lead. Still dueling for that 2nd spot behind the race leader. We've seen a lot of this here today. It's always a battle for first dibs, as Montoya not quite able to clear the 81 as Kennington sticks on his outside here. Still got the nose ahead towards turn 1. Stewart trying to take it 3 wide. Does he get there? Not quite. He will move into P3 as Montoya takes away 2nd from Kennington. And that 84, who has arguably been the best car on the track today, going to try and chase down Matt Kenseth for that race lead. Kenseth, it has been a long, long time since that 17 went to victory lane in the Cup Series. Last time that took place, I do believe it was 2004 that Matt Kenseth was last a Cup Series winner. I believe it was at Charlotte that season. It was a late intermediate of some kind. He was a 5-time winner in 2004. And it has been 3 long years since Matt Kenseth last went to victory lane in the Cup Series. Side by side for the lead, though, up front, as Tony Stewart trying to take back first place. Kennington trying to follow him on the bottom. Stewart back into the lead. Kennington on the back bumper of Kenseth, trying to get underneath of him, really drives it up his door. Side by side for second, and Stewart loving this in his mirror, pulls away just a little bit. But as mentioned, race 33 of 2004 in the Cup Series. That would have been Homestead, was the last time Matt Kenseth went to victory lane. And the caution flag is out. Andretti in it, and I believe Elliott Sadler as well. And a huge wreck in turn 1. Saw Jimmy Johnson part of it. That was a lot of heavily damaged cars. Kurt Busch involved. Atwood in it as well, and the caution is out for the second time in today's race. And it was way up the field that this happened. Looks like it was Jimmy Johnson and John Andretti. Get a look at this incident here in turn number 1. As looks like Johnson just misjudged the gap, yeah, and got into the driver's side of Andretti, pancaked him into the wall, and then I suppose they probably slid down into traffic. Yes, he did, and Johnson slow and in the way, and it was Atwood who got into him, and Kyle Busch involved in it. Nowhere for Kurt Busch to go. A really rough break there, as it was Johnson who got back going with a lot of damage, but ended up in harm's way. A lot of traffic, just don't understand coming off the brakes there, and no room for Atwood. Hard hit for the 30 to get around that wreck, and Kurt Busch gets in it pretty hard as well. And not sure where Elliott Sadler got this damage from. Actually looks like it was on pit road. At the very least on an in-lap coming to the pit lane. Oh, he got into the back of the 06 at Boris said. So another incident for Sadler as well. So we're under caution for the second time here today. DJ Kennington coming to 15 laps to go. Going to lead everybody down pit road here, and the field bunched right back up. Jimmy Johnson, it seems like it's just the third place in points curse, as a 48 car who was third in the standings entering today, involved in an accident, and he's out of the race. Everybody out of their cars and okay. Kennington leads the field down pit road here, as it is go time for the pit crews here. Should be potentially the final stop in this race. It's right on the nose in terms of fuel, and we know how Pocono loves to play it with the fuel, but it's going to be 2 tires for DJ Kennington and the majority of the race leaders. Jeff Gordon takes 4. Newman on 4 tires as well. And now we play the game. 4 tires go on for some of the competitive cars. They lose some spots, but that could be a difference maker. And Jeff Gordon, first car on 4 tires, is only going to be about 8th or 9th, as DJ Kennington leads this race. 15 to go at the moment, be less than that when we go green. We'll take it to intermission. It's Pocono here on NASCAR on ESPN. Back from intermission here at Pocono as we get set to go green. DJ Kennington, number 81 car, in the lead of this race inside the final 15 laps, final quarter here at Pocono as 81-42 sit first and second. Tony Stewart in that second position. Matt Kenseth restarts in P3. Juan Pablo Montoya will be fourth, and Kevin Harvick rounds out the top five. First car on 4 tires, that'll be Jeff Gordon restarting in P10. Couple of quick cars on 4. Farthest up by far is Jeff Gordon, who's seen a lot of the top 5 and 10 here today in that 10th position. Coming to the restart here. It'll be 12 laps to go here from Pocono as the pace car is going to peel off for Kennington. Going to lead the field into the restart box here. Pace car in on the left. Kennington and Stewart, first and second in the championship. Talked about them all day long. Leading the field to the restart. Green flag flies, and we're underway here from Pocono once again. Off towards turn number 1. See who makes the early move. Matt Kenseth in the 17 going to jump low early. Trying to take second. Maybe even take the lead. Trying to find a way underneath the DJ Kennington out of turn 1 on the cold tires. Not going to be able to stay with the 81. Should stick with the 42. Gets down to the bottom in turn 2. Stewart playing some good defense. Had a great run on the outside. Kenseth just trying to hang tight into turn 3. Stays there. And all the way up to speed and all the way up to temperature now. Side by side still for the second position out of turn 3. Down the front stretch, DJ Kennington holds the race lead, and Stewart trying to clear Matt Kenseth. And he does get back in front of him for the second spot. Montoya underneath for third. And it is rapidly turning into a dogfight up front. 2 and maybe even 3 wide further behind. Kennington out front. Stewart trying to chase the championship leader, looking for back-to-back wins. Montoya, also maybe third best car of the race. All 3 of the 3 best cars of the race up front. And here comes the 84 for second place. And coming to 10 laps to go this time, Montoya retakes second. Down the front stretch and towards turn number 1. Just 10 laps to go. It's a long 10 laps here at Pocono. But Montoya moves into the second position. Stewart fading out of this mix a little bit. The 2 clear fastest cars of the race sitting first and second. Kennington and Montoya combined for the most laps led today by a significant margin. And Montoya, these 2 have been the only 2 who have been able to really clear everybody else and get out in front by themselves at a track so draft dependent. Down into turn 3. Stewart, a great corner, closes back up to Montoya. Montoya really kind of letting Kennington get away there. And the 81 starting to pull a little bit of a gap out front. 9 to go as we head down the front stretch. Stewart looking, thinking about a move towards turn 1, and he is going to go underneath the Montoya for P2. And he gets that move done in a flash. Right back up to the second position. Montoya not quite going to have enough speed to mount a counterattack here, I wouldn't think. And he is going to stay in line. Never mind! Montoya back up the inside in turn 2. And both of them fighting for first dibs at Kennington for first. Side by side for second. Montoya up the inside for the race lead, and he's got it. Robbie Gordon, an even bigger dive bomb, trying to go 2 for 1. But Juan Pablo Montoya retakes the lead. Jamie McMurray entering the mix on the bottom of 3 wide back there. Couldn't stay with Newman. Newman, the first car on 4 tires right now. Got out in front of Gordon, the 24. Believe the 31 might be on 4 tires. Gonna have to check that. But meanwhile, doesn't matter what kind of tires he's on. Looking for the lead. Couldn't get underneath in turn 3. And it was actually 4 tires for the 31. So Gordon on a tire advantage as well. Montoya out front, trying to hold off Robbie Gordon, who's suddenly looking like he might be the favorite to steal this race. Big run by the 31 down the backstretch. Tony Stewart trying to get around DJ Kennington for the third spot. Gonna go up his inside. McMurray in the 40 in this mix as well. Believe he might be on tires as well. Down out of turn 2 and down towards turn 3. Stewart trying to box in Robbie Gordon. Little bit of a nudge by the 31 to the back bumper of the 84. Teammates for third place. 6 laps to go here at Pocono. Robbie Gordon got a little tight there following Montoya. Got a little bit too antsy. Had to come out of the throttle. Down the long pond and towards turn 2. Trying to check up on what the tire call was for McMurray, who is also on 4 tires. 3 wide behind. Ryan Newman up the inside of McMurray and DJ Kennington into turn 3, and he gets both of them. And Robbie Gordon looking for the race lead. Montoya trying to hang it around the outside. He can't. 5 laps to go here at Pocono as the first car on 4 tires is into the race lead. Stewart underneath the Montoya for second. And he's got that move made. Newman trying to take third from the 84. McMurray right on his back bumper. Out of turn 2, down towards turn 3. Newman taking a look on Montoya, but Montoya gonna go underneath the Stewart. McMurray following the 84. But Robbie Gordon is starting to scoot away with the race lead. 4 laps remain here at Pocono. Does anyone have anything for the AT&T Chevrolet? Almost contact between Tony Stewart and Juan Pablo Montoya for second. Down the long pond towards 2. Stewart gonna dive underneath the Montoya for the second position, and he should have that pass made easily. He does. Newman moving into third. 38 starting to run out of time, but he has to chase down that 31 for first if he wants, or if anyone wants any chance of getting past the 31 for this win. 3 to go at the line for Robbie Gordon, who is running away with it here late. Into turn number 1. Stewart under pressure from Newman. Newman has to make this pass into turn 2. You would have to think, if he wants to get up to Robbie Gordon for the lead. Had a big run out of the corner and towards turn 2. He's going to go to the bottom. Just got to stay close enough to get underneath him in 2, and he does exactly that. Stewart hanging tough on the top. Both of them faster than the 31 in turn 2 that time. Newman's got to hit the brakes here, and he does. Newman to second. Montoya trying to take third. It's going to be a 2-horse race if Newman can get up to the back of the 31. Couple of cars on 4 tires. 2 laps to go here from Pocono. Robbie Gordon looking for a season revitalizing 4th win of the season, and Ryan Newman charging up to the back of him looking for what would be his first win with his new team. Into 2. Newman trying to run the 31 down. Robbie Gordon might have thought he was home free, but Newman's right on his back bumper towards turn 3. Does not make the move yet. Out of turn 3. This is going to be the duel for the win as Robbie Gordon and Ryan Newman come out of the corner to take the white flag. 1 lap to go in the Frank's Red Hot 500. Newman looking for his first win since 2005. Robbie Gordon looking to take his first win in quite a while this season as well. Newman up to the back bumper of the 31, trying to challenge him, got out of the throttle a little too early. Down the long pond straightaway for the final time. Gordon trying to hold him off. Newman with a monster run in turn 2. Can he close up to him and go to the bottom in 3? This is the duel for the win at Pocono. Here comes Newman on the bottom. Side by side into turn 3 for the final time. Who's going to come out on top? Gordon versus Newman out of 3. Here they come to the line. Side by side. Robbie Gordon holds him off to win it. What a finish here at Pocono. My goodness. Robbie Gordon, your winner. Unbelievable. Ryan Newman comes up just short again, and Robbie Gordon, 4th win of the season for the 31 team, just barely held him off, and what a finish between the top two. I thought turn 1 might have been the race, but Ryan Newman with an absolutely spectacular turn 2 closed all the way back up, dove it down to the bottom in turn 3, but it was not enough, and this is a look back at the finish to tonight's race. Ryan Newman with an amazing run through turn 2 all the way down to the bottom in turn 3. Dove it up the inside. Had the nose ahead, but the 31 of Robbie Gordon with the run on the outside able to get back in front of him. And Robbie Gordon, win number 4 of 2007. What a finish. An absolutely spectacular show here tonight. Pocono does not disappoint. What a finish between these two. But that'll do it for coverage here from Pocono. As Robbie Gordon, 4th win of the season, and what a way to get it, as he just barely holds off Ryan Newman, who's looking for a winless streak-snapping win. Such a tight finish between these two. But the 31 car goes home victorious, as Robbie Gordon is your winner here tonight. That'll do it for coverage here from Pocono. I've been your host, Caden Reif. It's been a pleasure to have you along, as always. Next week, it'll be race number 22, as we take you to Bristol for the Sharpie 500. Excuse me. But we will see you then. And as always, have yourself a good one.
It's a long way to the top.